All right, everybody. Ready for a deep dive into something super practical?
I am.
Today, we're figuring out how to order food confidently at, any English-speaking restaurant, even if you're still working on language.
Yeah, such a good skill to have.
Because honestly, who wants to be stuck with just room service when they're traveling? Not me.
Definitely not. And, just mastering a few key phrases can honestly make the whole experience, so much smoother and more enjoyable. Like you said, it's not about being perfect.
It's about getting that delicious food.
Exactly.
And luckily for us, our sources for this deep dive are totally packed with useful phrases. We're talking about every single stage of the meal. Walking in, ordering, paying, the whole thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, some of these phrases, they might seem really basic, like, can I see the menu, please? Or
yeah.
Table for two, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I feel like even those little things, they really set the tone,
They really do. It's about, showing that you're trying and you're being polite, and adding please and thank you can go a long way. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, people appreciate the effort.
100%. Okay, so let's say we're seated now. We've got the menu.
Okay.
There's this one phrase, and I know this trips some people up. It's, what's the special today?
Right.
For some reason, it feels kind of formal to me. Shouldn't I be, wearing a monocle or something when I ask that?
That's funny. It's not formal at all, though.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually a great way to, to try something new. The special, it's basically a dish that's not on the regular menu. Maybe they got fresh ingredients that day, or the chef just wants to do something, different and cool. So it's a great way to be adventurous.
Oh, I like that. So I should embrace the special.
Embrace the special.
I'll embrace the special. Love it. Okay, but sometimes you want to, be a little more specific, maybe for dietary reasons or whatever. So are there phrases that can help us, make sure we get exactly what we want? I'm talking vegetarian options, gluten-free, or even just without onions.
For sure. And this is important. Don't be afraid to be specific. Instead of just saying no onions, you could say, could you please make sure there are no onions in my dish? I have an allergy. Being upfront and polite about those kinds of things, about dietary needs is super important because it helps prevent misunderstandings.
Yeah.
You're advocating for yourself, basically. And it's always better to be safe than sorry.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about another phrase that I love. It's basically a get-out-of-jail-free card when you're staring at a huge menu and feeling overwhelmed.
Okay, I'm curious.
What do you recommend?
Yes.
The best.
So good. Servers, they know what's good, right? They know what's popular, maybe what's super fresh that day. So asking for recommendation, it can be a really great way to discover something new that you wouldn't have even thought to order on your own.
Totally. Okay. So we've ordered pros, enjoyed our amazing meals, no onion mishaps. But now comes the part that I think sometimes stresses people out navigating the whole end of the meal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Any tips for asking for the bill, figuring out the tip, all of that?
Right. Phrases like, could we get the bill, please? Or even, we'd like to pay separately. Those are useful, but you're right. The cultural norms around things like tipping, splitting the bill, those can be different depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah, that whole, is the service included?
Yeah.
Question. I always feel kind of awkward asking that.
I get it. You don't want to seem cheap or anything.
Exactly.
But honestly, it's just one of those things where what's considered polite can really vary. What's normal in one country might be totally off in another.
Right.
If you're unsure, it's better to maybe discreetly ask your server about the tipping custom, or even just kind of observe what other people are doing.
Observation is key.
Right.
So to wrap this all up, it seems like even if we don't sound like we're, giving a TED Talk on English grammar,
right,
just knowing even a few key phrases can seriously make dining out way more fun and way less stressful.
Exactly. And it can lead to a much more authentic, enjoyable experience overall. You might even discover a new favorite dish because you felt confident enough to ask, what's the special?
Totally.
I love that.
I love it. All right, everybody, go out there, order some delicious food, and we'll catch you in the next deep dive.
Sounds